Yeah, I just eventually, myself and a couple of our friends that we worked together up in the Chicago area decided to start a minority-owned firm. It's myself and a Vietnamese partner and a Filipino partner, actually.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of the mix that
kind
we have.
of United Nations, right?
Exactly.
There, huh? Okay, well, that's great.
So we decided to set up an engineering firm at first because that's what we did. You know, we're all degreed engineers. And then eventually, one of our larger clients is IDOT, and they asked us to look at possibly doing the contracting side. And so we started getting into that, and that kind of led us eventually here to CCO. And it's a good thing we found CCO because they've shown us the light on a lot of areas of our business. I mean, it's one thing to know how to do the work, but managing a company is a whole different thing.
Absolutely.
And so I think that kind of ties in to what Kelly and Andre have to offer here is being aware of a lot of other areas that you need to be focused on when you're running a business.
Did I understand during our last segment when we were talking that you received a special award in terms of, can you share? And I know it's difficult sometimes to talk about yourself.
Yeah.
What was that you received?
Well, we the annual DBE conference was held in Springfield this year.
And
for
what does
IDOT.
DBE stand for?
Disadvantaged Business Enterprise.
Okay.
Similar
I
to
know a lot of you out there kind of feel like, boy, I'm a disadvantaged business. Go ahead.
And similar to a minority-owned business, or MBE, I guess.
Okay.
But we were put up for the award. It was a statewide award, and our firm was selected for that. So it was really a blessed moment for our firm, for sure.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. You heard part of our program before the two of you joined us. Are there any other kinds of things that you may want to share that may not have been touched on or emphasized in our last segment that you think would be important for people to either know or be aware of? Or?
Well, I think not only to touch on some things that they perhaps might not have talked about, but the one thing I really want to reiterate is what is really different about what it is that we're doing that compares to what historically has been done in this area of building capacity in minority businesses. The key component for us is sustainability. That is entwined in everything that we're doing. Every movement that we make is driven towards creating the sustainable business, helping our clients understand the difference between the peaks and the valleys, and the fact that you've got a $4 million contract doesn't make you a millionaire. We've got to really show companies how to be sustainable and how to transfer wealth and create asset-based businesses and develop a legacy to leave or sell perhaps when you're ready to retire. If you're just if you're the capital and you retire, then you might have an old wore-out pickup truck that you could sell when you're ready to retire. We want to show you how to change that model and create asset-based wealth, and that's sustainability. That's important to us. But more than that, maybe one thing that really wasn't elaborated in the first segment is the work and build model that we have developed at CCO. That really changes us from other organizations that are out there doing these kind of things, and that we understand that businesses have to work to eat, to survive. At the end of the day, it's all about business. But we also need to make sure that the companies are reinvesting in themselves with those proceeds, and how to determine profit margins. And you're right, this is a very tough time to do business, and particularly when it's a bidding environment that you're in to get your work, it makes it even more tough. It's not as if people are coming to you to buy goods and products. You are actually out bidding against multi-million-dollar companies. So you have to be, there has to be some strategy in how you do that. And our organization, CCO, surrogates these smaller companies with, for example, a great example is HR assistants, where these large companies have the ability to have someone on staff that handles all their HR department. A lot of our contractors are doing this at the kitchen table. So we offer them a real human resource solution. We handle all their human resource needs. Bidding is another great example. We had a lot of contractors that will tell you that they've spread out the prints on their living room floor to bid on these projects, and they're bidding against the River Cities and the PIPCOs and these big organizations. So we try to help level that playing field by saying, you know what, we've got a facility and some knowledgeable people that will help you through that bidding process. So they're not, it really begins to legitimize their business through bricks and mortar and help level that playing field. So while there's other organizations out there that are doing similar things, and we really are not in competition with any other organization, we wish everyone out there that's building capacity well. We just think that we're doing things a little bit differently, and the sustainability part is really the DNA. I mean, that's what it's all about, is the difference between being rich and being wealthy, and how we can do this as a community and share that knowledge base. It's so important to be able to transfer onto your legacy to your children.
That's true.
Or, like I say, for example, if you want to retire, you know, when you get to that point, you've got an office and some clients and something to sell, to leverage for your retirement.
Absolutely. When, for those that are watching, and I hope they are as excited as I am, when will this program begin, or has it already begun? And how can those who are watching tonight plug into it? What do they need to do in order to let you know that they want your help?
Well, thank you for asking that, so I don't have to try to weasel that in somewhere. We can be reached at ccopeoria.org or phone call at 676-2767. That's the phone number that you can reach our organization at. The program is really set up kind of like freshman, sophomore, junior, senior platform. We bring in the first class of that we've run through this program, would be an example of Millennia Construction here. They are entering into their sophomore year, and with that comes a completely different syllabus of work. There's a total different curriculum that's associated with the second year. It's meant to get, just like school, get a little bit deeper into business and more focused. As we speak, literally, we are going through applications for people that are applying for our program for this next year. And our hope is that somewhere in April or May, we will be able to bring on our second class. So we'll have two classes running at the same time. We've taken 7. That's really just an arbitrary number. Funding kind of determines how many people we can help. I can tell you that we have been, funding has been an issue for us. It's tough in this economy, but there are some wonderful partners that have stepped up and helped fund CCO. And none of our clients have suffered because of the lack of funding. We are so committed to this program that we're going to go beyond that, and we'll operate in the deficit if we have to provide the services. That's how committed everyone in this organization is.
Is there any cost that's associated to the people who go through your training program?
Absolutely not. There's not one cost associated for the CCO participants. CCO is a 501c3 organization, and we operate completely on what we get from our members that support us. The services to the clients are free, and I think the value is pretty easy when it's free.
Well, it sounds like an MBA program almost in terms of getting that kind of comprehensive help at no cost. And again, with today's times and as tough as money is, you can't beat free. Can't beat free, and I will certainly hope that those who are watching tonight will either take advantage of it directly or talk to their nephew or their nieces or their kids or daughters to let them know about it. And all they got to do is call that number or use your website, which many people don't know how to do that or whatever, but there's other ways they can get the information, and I would certainly hope that people are as excited.